Hi, this is Bill Lockwood, Sales Manager for Country Home Products. Thank you for your interest in learning more about the greatest breakthrough in property care equipment since the invention of the power mower itself, our patented, one-of-a-kind, revolutionary string trimmer on wheels, the DR Trimmer Mower. Since we invented the DR Trimmer Mower over a decade ago, thousands have been sold and are now in use throughout every state and county in the U.S. and in foreign countries as well. Because we don't have dealers, but instead sell direct to our customers from our factory here in Vermont, most folks have yet to see a DR up close. That's why in the next few minutes, you'll see how the DR is not only a wonderfully improved way to handle your trimming, but also how the DR can be the answer to your problem area mowing. Wet grass, tall weeds, things that would clog or stall any ordinary mower. Now, if you've ever struggled with a handheld or shoulder carry trimmer, you know why we invented the DR. Handheld machines are hard to start, hard to carry, blow noise and fumes right in your face, as well as straining your back and your patience. But now, look how easy the DR rolls, light as a feather on those two big wheels. It's as easy as rolling a baby buggy over rough ground or smooth. Because the weight rests on the axle and wheels, the DR can be handled by most anyone of any age or strength. And the DR easily adjusts to comfortably fit any size user. With a DR, you can say goodbye to the back strain and hassle of handheld trimmers. The DR glides in all directions on this front-mounted mow ball. The DR can support a bigger engine, so it has the power to spin much heavier-duty nylon cutting cords than the smaller shoulder carry units are able to handle. The DR cords not only last much longer, being up to 155 mil or over 1/8 of an inch thick, but it takes just seconds to change them, thanks to this wonderfully simple trimmer head plate. Notice the two cords result in 4 cutting tips, making the DR capable of some pretty rough cutting. All sorts of tall grass, tough weeds, brambles, and other unwanted vegetation. Not only is the DR a pure delight to operate, it gives you tremendous control. Idling the throttle down for close work and light grass when less power is needed, then revving it up to full power for heavier cutting challenges like these waist-high weeds. As a wonderfully improved trimmer on wheels, the DR is ideal for trimming along buildings, fences, around rocks, just look at that mess disappear, along garden borders, and driveways and sidewalks, allowing you to go so much faster with your riding or regular mower than finishing up neatly and quickly with the DR. Now here's the sort of trimming, under shrubs where there could be a hidden rock, that's perfect for damaging or at the least dulling a steel blade, or worse yet, bending the crankshaft of an ordinary mower. But now you don't have to worry, thanks to the DR's bladeless design. No more busted blades and costly and time-consuming rush trips to the repair shop just when you need your equipment the most. Now every inch of your property can be trimmed with incredible ease. Spots like these can get neglected or trimmed as often or as little as you'd like. The DR finally makes trimming a joy instead of a chore. The cutting cords can reach beyond the wheelbase while trimming along buildings and such because the DR cutting head can swing to the left or right and tilt by the simple pull of a lever. We call this parallel trimming action. The cords can actually reach under a fence and edge along walkways, drives, and garden borders. Truly, the DR represents a night and day improvement over handheld trimmers. Just listen to what these DR owners have to say about their DR trimmer mowers.
I'm 86 years old, and I have 2 acres here. Grass grows around the trees where I can't get with a riding mower. And to make it look neat, I use the DR around the trees. And the DR has made it very nice, very, very clean, you know. And around my buildings, another thing, I have enjoyed the offset feature about the DR. I can mow along the edge of my barns and so forth, so that they're neat, you know, clip right up to the edge, weeds and stuff away from the foundations. That's the nice part. It's a nice company. I've enjoyed doing business with you.
The DR trimmer, we give it a beating. We use it for trimming around and so on. If the lawn is wet, we use it for mowing some of the lawn too. It'll work on wet grass, there's no problem. It's a good gadget for trimming up around trees and fences and everywhere. It's easy to run on account of the big wheels.
We live in White Oak Acres. We don't want to mow the yard. We let it go natural. The whole backyard is just violets. It's beautiful. We just let it grow. And some of it gets pretty tall by the end of July. Part of it gets up to my waist, which would be about 2.5 feet. And then we use the DR trimmer in usually the end of July and whack it all down so it comes up the next year just as beautifully. I don't think you could do it with a regular lawnmower of any variety. It's very rough terrain, and the DR trimmer sort of bounces over it. And it has been sturdy. It hasn't fallen apart or anything. We have the electric start, so it starts. And it does the job. That's all there is to it.
But every bit as exciting and important, the DR is a completely different kind of mower. Now, how many times have you found yourself in this position, tempted to push a rotary mower beyond your lawn? Unlike the restrictive deck on an ordinary steel-bladed mower, which gets clogged with wet grass or tall material, the DR and its powerfully spinning cords can tackle all sorts of rough or problem area vegetation without wrapping, thanks to its patented anti-wrap device. Fields and outlying areas, ditches and slopes, obstacles of every sort, fence lines, and tall vegetation that would bog down any common rotary mower.
Oh, I love my trimmer. I don't have to tote it on my shoulders all day long. We wanted to buy one, and it's really been beneficial. I have no regrets whatsoever buying it. I enjoy it, for going around the pond, mowing real close to the pond. I enjoy using it in the woods where I can get it in spots. Around the trees, it gets really up close. I was really surprised at it. We clear a lot during the wintertime because it's cooler, and I use it in the winter and summer. It trims it beautifully.
Unbelievable machine. Just can't kill it. And the thing that's very nice is I have a lot of stone walls, close to a mile of stone walls. And they're not all smooth. A lot of them are rough. That little machine just is phenomenal. I'm very, very pleased with that machine. In fact, when my ride-on mower broke down and I was injured and couldn't mow for a while, the grass overgrew around the house, and when I got going, I just used the DR trimmer as a lawnmower. It's phenomenal how it knocks things down. What I really like is to go along the edge of a wall like the barn or even the stone walls or wherever, even under some picket fence where you tip it on the side. They do a fantastic job with it. Greatest machine invented.
The DR is an ideal companion to whatever mower you now have. It can mow sections filled with rocks, stumps, roots, hidden obstacles, often areas you only want to mow once or twice a season. Imagine clearing these high weeds and grass with a regular rotary mower. And if the vegetation is wet, it makes no difference to the DR. You can even use it as a backup machine when it's too misty or wet for your primary mower. With a DR, even rain won't cancel your mowing plans. All this without stalling or clogging. And the DR's perfect for vacation or second homes where you only mow a few times each season. Yes, the Featherlight DR trimmer is also a mower. It's like having two machines in one, because it has the power to do so much work.
I have a little over an acre, and it has a cyclone fence making it real hard to trim until I got the DR trimmer. It's real powerful. You got to be a little careful when you first learn how to use it, but other than that, why, it's great. And don't hardly do any hand trimming at all. I have a push mower, and if I'd have got a DR trimmer before, I wouldn't have bought the push mower. It's much easier with the DR trimmer. It's so easy to handle. With those wheels it has on it, you can do it with one finger almost. It's so easy to push for anybody, especially anybody elderly like me, or anybody who don't want to push anything hard. It's a small hump, the self-propelled mower won't go over it. But with the DR trimmer, with those big wheels and the mobile in the front, well, you just push it right on over it. And I can go back and forth a lot more times and be a lot less tired. And I'm 68 now, so I get around good, but why work any harder than you have to?
The underbrush, the DR mower, has been really a great device for clearing it. Before that, I had to use sort of a hand sigh an awful lot of work and very, very slow going. With the DR mower, you can clear a lot of ground very quickly, and especially I'm very fond of the beaver blade. You can take down saplings up to 4 inches in diameter and treat them the way you would grass almost. I like the fact that we have all that horsepower. You know, it's always good to err on the side of more power than not having enough. Wouldn't want to part with it now.
We love our DR. We've recommended it to a number of people, and we use it around the lake. We use it all over the place. And I also use it along in cattails. They're quite tough, and they grow pretty good size. I like the easy start and easy handling. It's powerful, it cuts real well, and it is so easy to maneuver. See, I've got a bad heart, and I could not carry a line trimmer. When I bought the DR, it served my purpose exactly. And my wife can use it. When I'm not able to work, she can do it. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes. With the hand trimmer, it was taking me 2 hours or longer. So I got rid of it and bought the DR. I changed the oil in it, and I cleaned the air cleaner, and I changed the spark plug once. But other than that, I haven't had any problems with it at all. The battery still works good, and, you know, I just hit the key and it starts. It's a fine unit.
There's a DR trimmer mower model that's right for practically every type and size of property. Our 6.5 horsepower Pro model, featuring the new Intech overhead valve industrial commercial engine from Briggs & Stratton, now has more power than ever before. The Pro is also available with a 5.5 horsepower Intech engine for those who don't need quite so much power. Now, if you want to cut waist-high grass and ornery weeds, these powerful overhead valve engines really do make a difference. Imagine trying to cut grass this tough and thick with a handheld trimmer or any ordinary mower. Now, if you don't need the extra horsepower of the Pro, you'll likely choose our 5 horsepower Sprint. The compact, lower-cost Sprint is perfect for owners of smaller properties and for folks who primarily need a DR for trimming. But it also has the power to mow tall grass and weeds that has made the DR famous. In addition to regular recoil starting, all DR models are available with the option of automotive-style turnkey electric starting. Plus, there's a new DR high-torque commercial model with industrial commercial engine that's loaded with extra features. There's a spin-off oil filter for long engine life, full-pressure lubrication for use on slopes, and easy 2-finger starting. The commercial unit also features heavy-duty wire wheels and semi-pneumatic puncture-proof tires which absorb the bumps of really rough terrain. But there's more. Now you can actually double the value of the DR Commercial and Pro models with the amazing 12-inch diameter beaver blade that lets you cut brush and brambles, even tough saplings up to 5 inches thick. Because the beaver blade rests on the DR's mobile, there's far less chance for the blade to twist, bind, or kick back than with ordinary handheld brush cutters. There's no back strain, no bending, and no struggle. And with the DR beaver blade combination, the blade is mounted safely out front, well away from the operator, and solidly supported on 2 wheels, so that this may well be one of the safest brush cutters ever built. It can even take the place of a chainsaw for lots of rough area clearing. To help decide which model is right for you, or if you have any remaining questions about the original revolutionary DR trimmer mower, please call us toll-free at 1-800-446-TRIM. That's 1-800-446-TRIM. We'll be happy to provide you with any further details or answer any remaining questions so that you too can join the thousands of well-pleased DR owners for whom trimming and problem area mowing is now a breeze thanks to their DR trimmer mowers. Pond edges and banks, garden borders, wet grass, forever neat fences, trimmed up walls, odd corners, tree farms, trail making, edging, garden residues. Because we're a mail order business, we're always here for our customers, and their feedback is very important to us. We want to know how they're doing with their DRs in their particular terrain, ways they use their machines, and problems the DR has solved for them. Here are comments from a few more DR owners we've heard from recently over the phone. Perhaps some of their situations are like yours.
I have a little woods in behind me, and I'm clearing that out. So I put the beaver blade on and clean all that brush out of there. And then I put the strings on, and then I really clean it out good. And I use it for trimming around the buildings and fences. It comes in great on the fence, so I can get right underneath it. Trims, on both sides that way. I do have a ditch in front of my place, so I can clean it up real quick with that thing, and it's so light that you can get it back and forth on the hill so easy. Even my wife loves it. I can't hardly get it back from her when she takes it away from me. Beats any lawnmower, I'll tell you. It's the best investment I ever made on a machine.
I use my riding mower for the open part of the lawn. On the other, I use the DR. And I've used it a couple times to mow half of my lawn because of being wet. I can mow it when it's wet or dry. We have a lot of tough grass. I mean, it is tough. And if you don't get it right away quick, it just about stalled my riding mower right out. So I have to use my trimmer on that, too. The DR is the best trimmer that I've ever had.
I love my DR trimmer. I used a little bitty electric trimmer, and my husband burned it up for me. So I see this one on the television, and I just had a fit for him, and I told him it's going to be mine. If I do, I'll pay $700 something for it. So he told me to order it and put it on my Discover card and get it. So that's what I done. I'm the only one that uses it. I don't let nobody else fool with it. I wouldn't take money that I got in it. It's what, about 3 years old now, in my yard and in around my fence and around my rock walls. Honey, it'll even cut the grass in the yard. It'll do just as good as a lawnmower will. It'll take a little longer, but it does really good. I don't only use it for a trimmer. I use it for a grass cutter, too. I can go with my DR trimmer to get it all trimmed up and cleaned up after he goes over it with a lawnmower. And I've never found nothing in my life that does so much good work for me as that does.
We do a lot of mowing around the buildings here, and then we do the trimming with the DR trimmer. I always use the offset to get up closer to the buildings. I had one of these handheld trimmers, and that was terrible to use. My left arm just got numb after using it for just a matter of a few minutes, and I decided we had to get something different. It's just been real good, this DR trimmer. We've really had no problem with it whatsoever. Replace plastic cords, that's all we've ever had to do with it. I'd say those weeds were 3.5 feet tall, and it just didn't look very nice around the bins there, so I just took the DR and I thought, well, I'll try it, and it worked. Worked real good.
This is Bill Lockwood, Sales Manager for Country Home Products, inventors and builders and exclusive sellers of the patented DR trimmer mower. Please remember our DR guarantee of your complete satisfaction. If for any reason the DR does not live up to your full expectations during the first 30 days from when you first start using it, you may return it for a complete refund, including shipping both ways. Remember, with a DR, the buck stops here because you're dealing direct with the factory. So now, thanks again for letting us give you this video demonstration and for your interest in the revolutionary DR trimmer mower. Should you decide to purchase one, we'll do everything we can to make the DR one of the best investments you've ever made in equipment to help maintain your property. To order your DR trimmer mower, simply pick up the phone and call us toll-free, 1-800-446-TRIM. Our customer service representative will help you decide which model is right for your needs. Figure your current price and savings and get your order into the works just as soon as possible. Hope to hear from you soon.